Good morning and welcome everyone to our Caregiver Recognition event. And lucky for us, Representative Cabral was able to put us on his calendar and come in here and say a few words and talk a little bit about the benefits that your caregiving has given to your loved one. Okay, Representative Cabral.
Well, good morning. It's very nice and warm in here compared to outside. It's not too bad today, right? Could be worse. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear back there? Right? Great. Well, today is a day of celebration, right? We're celebrating caregivers, those folks who give of their time to help either a family member or a neighbor or a friend, and that's important. Being a caregiver is an extremely important part of life. I think it's rewarding for the caregivers, and it's certainly very important for those who need the care that you give on a daily basis. You know, some folks are luckier than others. You know, I remember when my parents got older. We are a big family. We are 9 of us, right? 7 sisters and my brother and I. And so my parents were very lucky, right? Because we had, between all of us, we were able to all be caregivers. Some of us had one responsibility versus the other. For example, one of my responsibilities was to make appointments, right? With doctors for my mom and my dad, and sometimes take them there because they couldn't speak English very well. So I was also the translator, the interpreter, right? And sometimes some of my sisters would go, when they lived independently still, they used to go to their house and help them with making the house, help make some food, help wash the clothes, all kinds of stuff, right? Yeah. And eventually they needed more help than that. So at some point they moved with one of my sisters, and then a year later to another sister. So everybody took their turn. So I certainly understand how important that is to have someone, have a caregiver, work with you, work with your parents or your relative or your friend or neighbor sometimes, right? And sometimes not even someone that you originally knew, but you are willing to put in the time, willing to help folks, and I think that's important. So I think we ought to celebrate that. We ought to recognize those efforts by folks who are caregivers. That's so important. It's like my parents always used to say, we are kids twice in life, right? So when you are a little baby, you need a caregiver, right? You need someone to help raise that child. When someone gets a little older in life, sometimes they need that extra help as well. So, and that's what a family does, that's what a community does, really. It's like it takes, the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it takes a village to also care for those later in life that might need some assistance. And that's what community is about. That's what you do every day, and that's awesome, right? It's awesome. Without myself and my brother and my sisters, my parents would be in a very difficult situation and would have a lot of challenges if they didn't have caregivers. In their case, they had 9, right? 9 caregivers, right? All of us used to participate and chip in at what we could do for them. So that was wonderful. So that was very rewarding for me as well. Every time I made appointments, I went with my mom or my dad to the doctors, explained the stuff, explained back to them what they needed to do. So that's was also rewarding for me. That was a way of spending time with them, quality time with them. So I know that all of you do that, and I came here to help celebrate. I brought a little recognition from the House of Representatives from Boston for each one of you. Sorry, it's not framed, so you're going to have to frame it. And sometimes we have these fancy covers. I had to rewater some more. I have ran out of them, and they haven't come in yet. So you're getting just the certificate itself, but I hope you appreciate that. I'm going to read one of them, and then I'm going to just call the others just by the name, because basically what's written is basically the same for each one of you. Okay?
And so come up to the to Representative Cabral, and so he can hand that to you, okay?
So as I call after, just come up, I'll hand it to you, and you can go back to your seat. Okay, it goes this way. So it's a certificate from the House of Representatives in Boston. It says, "Be here known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to," in this case, Deborah Soares, or Suarez, in recognition of your care, compassion, patience, and attentiveness in assisting the participants at Project Independence to maintain their physical, mental, and spiritual well-being at home. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses a hope for future good fortune and continued success in all your endeavors. Given this 22nd day of November 2019 at the State House, Boston, Massachusetts, by the Speaker of the House, Robert A. DeLeo, and offered by myself, Tony Cabral. So congratulations, Deborah. Where's the... Okay. All right, the next one is for Jimmy Duarte. I think Rachel is getting that,
He's not,
right?
he's not here.
He's not here, right?
So he couldn't stay.
So I'm going to give it to you, and you give it to him? Great. So should I hand it over to her already?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Make sure we pronounce the names right, right? Kathleen Burgess. Constance Barry,
No?
not here?
Oh, okay, couldn't come.
We'll save
Yeah.
Carol Rivera. Carol Rivera.
Okay.
That's okay.
I don't think Lena is here either.
This is not here.
I don't think so.
Lena Figueredo.
Lena's not here. Where's Peg? Okay, Peggy, you can give this to Lena.
Okay.
You can give it to Peggy. She'll give it to her caregiver. Thank you. Okay. Jose Furtado, he's in Portuguese.
José Furtado.
Raj isn't here yet. Gayton. Gayton right here. Right here.
All right. Gaetan
Mahone.
Mahone. I want to make sure I pronounce your name right. Thank you very much. Leonora Robbins. There we are.
Oh, big guys too.
Alicia Ramos. Okay, Phyllis Soares or Suarez.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
John Sylvia. Brenda Gomes.
Yeah, she's supposed to be here at 4:00, so, okay.
Well, we have a few more. Some folks are not here, or but everyone is getting one certificate recognizing your wonderful work that you do assisting others. I do have one for Project Independence, right? Okay. This one is for Project Independence, the organization here, and it says, sincere congratulations to Project Independence in recognition of your employees' care, compassion, patience, and attentiveness in assisting your participants to maintain their physical, mental, and spiritual well-being at home. So congratulations, Project Independence. Great job, guys. Well, I don't want to bore you, right? But politicians, when they see a microphone, they don't know how to let it go, right? But let me tell you, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to all of you. The job that you do is fantastic. It's great. I remember when my parents needed that help, and we all chipped in, and that made the whole difference. So I know what you are doing, it really makes a difference, and it matters. Thank you.
Thank you. So those of you who can stay, the caregivers and their participant, we'd invite you over to the West Wing so we can have some tea and coffee, or water and coffee, a drink of some sort over there, and a little piece of pastry, a soft drink. And your participants have made a gift for you, so then they'll present that for you over there. Okay? Thank you all for coming, and join us if you can on the West Wing.
I know, I see in the morning. Brenda, this is Carol.
All right. We have a few folks that have arrived that we have certificates for. We are missing a certificate for two other people. For some, I don't know how we messed it up, but sometimes it happens, right? And we'll get those to you, to Project Independence, and then they'll get it to you. But we have some other folks. One of them is actually Natasha Rivera, right?
And Carol.
And Carol. But we only have the one for Carol here. And Natasha will get it, will be coming. All right? So this was just a little certificate to recognize the work, the wonderful work that you guys do by being caregivers. As I said earlier, I mean, this is it's rewarding, I think, for both of you, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
As it is for the person that you give to. And I was saying that in my family we are 9, right? 7 sisters, myself and my brother, and all of us were caregivers to my parents, right? When they needed some help, we used to divide up the work between all of us. Most of us have like appointments with doctors and stuff. That was my responsibility. Usually, and I used to enjoy it. That was an opportunity for me to spend time with them as well. Right? Because sometimes we get too busy with our own personal lives, right? Well, here it is, just a certificate. It says from the House of Representatives in Boston, And it says, offers sincere congratulations to Carol Rivera, and we have the other one coming for Natasha, right?
Yes.
You are Natasha, right? And it's in recognition of your care, compassion, patience. I'm trying to read without my reading glasses. You know?
I'm just listening because I can't see
I usually
that.
tell my staff, you got to make those
bigger.
things bigger, you know? And attentiveness in assisting the participants at Project Independence to maintain their physical, mental, and spiritual well-being at home. So thank you very much for what you guys do. And I thought it would be important to just make that little recognition of your work and your efforts. Thank you. So you are Carol. Carol, so yours is here,
Thank you.
right? And Natasha, yours is coming. Sorry.
Well, you can hold on to this one.
Thank you.
Good. We have another caregiver that has arrived. And we have Lena Figueredo.
You come with me. Yeah, the
Lena?
reason I'm here.
This is the reason why you're here,
Yes.
right? Lena, again, this is just a small token to recognize the work that you do
Thank you.
by being a caregiver. Thought we would recognize your work, say thank you to you. I'm sure this is rewarding to you as it is to the person you are giving your attention and your care.
Thank you so much.
And I'm not going to repeat my story, but you heard it, right?
I know.
This is
I
all.
know.
Sometimes
my case is a little different. This
Yeah.
is not my family, but she became my family 10 years ago.
yeah. Sometimes, as I said earlier, sometimes it's not your family. Sometimes it's a neighbor or a friend or someone you met, and you were compelled to be a caregiver. You know, and so that's wonderful. It doesn't have to be family. You know.
Thank you
But-
so much. But like
so,
I said, she
thank you.
became a family. That's
Thank you.
some of the stuff that you just treat more than your family.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
you
so
very
much.
much.
Give it a-
Yeah, I saw her earlier.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Can I take one like this?
Sure. Who's taking your photos
Ah,
here?
tá, tá.
Okay.
Obrigada.
Okay. Nada. Ok.
Meu nome já sabe que eu sou
Eu já sei que fala português.
Nadaj Joseph.
Okay, we have Nadaj Joseph. Nadaj, how are you?
Good long time, eh?
Yeah, nice
I
seeing
did your
you.
elections.
Yes, that's right. So thank you very much. Again, this is just a little token to say we appreciate what you do, appreciate you being a caregiver.
Thank you.
And we, I don't have to tell
I try
everybody's
my
story.
best.
You're trying your best, right? I'm sure
try
it's very rewarding for you,
Yes, it
as
is.
it is for the person you are giving care to.
Thank you.
Is it a family member or a friend?
husband.
That's your husband.
My
Okay.
husband, yeah.
All right. So that's great. Sometimes it's a friend. Sometimes it's a neighbor.
I could not do it without them here.
Right.
I could not do it without them.
He enjoys coming here too,
He
right?
enjoyed doing it.
Great.
He's enjoyed
That's
coming
beautiful.
here. Yeah,
That's beautiful. Listen, it's a great, I don't have to tell you how important that is. We thought we'd just give a little token of recognition.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate.
Thank you.
Appreciate.
Thank you.
And congratulations, you are still
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. As I said earlier, thank you. We did miss two other people that are here. They were here today.
Yeah, a few people couldn't come because they weren't feeling well.
Right. But we have two other citations coming. One for Natasha and one for they were there earlier. So it was the request as we were going through it. We thought we had done all of them, and we didn't. But we'll make up to it.
Actually,
Oh.
she's going to get my sister one too because my sister takes care of her.
Okay, good, great. Well, enjoy, thank you again, and what you do is fantastic, and I'm sure it is rewarding to every one of you. Was rewarding for me when I did a little bit my share with my parents, so thank you.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Obrigado.